Yeah, breaking news and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so here's the news again on this lovely Wednesday. I don't know how I managed to do it every Wednesday. I get perfectly blue sky. It's just brilliant, isn't it? Same last Wednesday. Anyway, let's start off with news from me. Actually, it's news for the next year. Dream job, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you living in Ireland, but preferably somewhere around Laois would be good, but Kildare or Offaly or, I don't know, Carlow, Kilkenny, somewhere around there. I am looking for a freelance camera operator. So someone to help me on days out like this when I'm filming, not necessarily the news, but when I'm filming kind of bigger car events or car shows, overseas travel, that sort of stuff, okay? I am looking for someone who is experienced with SLR cameras, particularly SLRs, because I deal with SLRs all the time. I'm not looking for anything too complicated. I don't need 3D vision or anything, right, okay? Experience counts. I'm not terribly looking for qualifications. I'm looking for experience. So your show reel is critical, okay? So a show reel must be important. Another critical factor is enthusiasm for the job. Punctuality is also vitally critical because we will always be on a bloody deadline. You don't actually have to have too much kit of your own, but obviously it helps if you have yourself a nice little camera of some sort of some sound equipment or some jibs or cranes or whatever it is that you have as kit going, but you don't necessarily need to have it all, 5D and 60Ds and GoPros and things. Particularly, I'm looking for people with Canon cameras because I already have Canon cameras. If you're set up with all sorts of Nikon yokes, I don't really mind, you know, it's just different format, but I can take all formats. You must be over 18. You must have a full clean driver's license and be insured on something already in Ireland, okay? Preferably with your own car. Transport is not provided. There's no company cars, no pensions, no nothing, none of that sort of stuff. It's a freelance job, okay? Looking for someone particularly local. If obviously you'll go to the top of the pile if you live in Portlaoise, because when it comes to editing, when it comes to reshoots, we may have to do it in a very short space of time, and I don't want to have to drive all the way to Cork looking for someone, okay? A bonus would be if you're already an editor. So if you're already editing things, you're already used to After Effects, you're already used to whatever it is, okay? That would just be a bonus. It's not necessary. I'm doing all the editing as it is. You must be able to travel overseas, okay? That will be a part of the job come next year. Things like the Paris Motor Show, Detroit Motor Show, Moscow Motor Show, you know, all the motor show stuff to be going on. And there may be other travel involved as well. So it'd be important that you be able to travel. So you don't necessarily have to have a passport right now, but you must be eligible to travel foreign, okay? So you must be eligible without messing with visas and everything else. You must be eligible to travel at least within the EU, and preferably to the US as well. If you want to apply, and I'm taking all applications and everybody will be considered at fully, email me, bobflav@thenextgear.com, or you can hit me on Twitter, but I'm only going to ask you to email me anyway. I'm not looking for CV or anything. Just send me a quick note saying I'm interested in the job, I live here, I own this car, and I'll judge you on that. I'll judge you on your car ownership, but include your show reel. That's vitally important. Put it on Vimeo or put it on YouTube or put it on some kind of a format, Blip TV, I don't care where you have it, as long as there is a show reel, and I'll take it from there. Now, on with normal car news. The all-new Audi A3 Sportback raises the benchmark, so says Audi. I don't know what benchmark you're talking about, but A3 Sportback is 5-door version of the A3 we've already tested. I didn't go on the international trip, so don't expect a video of that. It ain't going to happen. So far, I don't have a booking for an A3 Sportback in January, so I don't know when I'm going to be driving it, but it is launching in February 2013, technically on the road. Prices here start from 26,900 quid. That's about €1,000 premium over a 3-door version, right? So about 1,000 quid for a 5-door version, okay? Major advances in quality, infotainment and driver assistance technology, that's already in the A3. Look at the A3 review, you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll get Bluetooth as standard across the A3 range, and it's about time. I sent an email not so long ago to Audi MD asking for Bluetooth to be standard across all of their cars, and I think all, particularly luxury brand cars, I'm talking about Mercedes, VW, Audi, whoever, should have Bluetooth as standard. Everybody has a bloody phone. Everybody is tempted to answer it or make a call while on the move. you might as well have the bloody Bluetooth in the car because it's safer. It's safer. The safest thing to do is not answer it, okay? But avoiding all those situations, you're better off having Bluetooth at least. So anyway, it's standard across all the A3 range. 4 reworked engines, they say 12% efficiency extra, 1.4 TFSI, 122 brake horsepower, 1.8 TFSI, that's 1.4 is very good, 1.8 TFSI, 180 brake horsepower, nice. 1.6 TDI 105, 2 litre TDI 150, that's pretty good, and a 1.2 TFSI 105 petrol version follows in April 2013. That should be good. My plum engine now has the 1.4 TFSI 122 brake horsepower. It's a good mix of everything. It makes nice noises as well when we're driving along. Next bit, congratulations to Fitzpatrick's in Kildare. Well done. You have been appointed to Mercedes-Benz main dealers. Delighted, they used to be the Mercedes-Benz dealers long ago. They are back being Mercedes dealers again. This is Fitzpatrick's in Kildare particularly. It's going to be adjacent to an existing premises, Dublin Road. I'm not too sure where they're going to put that. It's quite a small forecourt, but they are already a Toyota dealership. They also do Honda, I think. They used to do Saab. Then they're gone. But anyway, they now do Mercedes. Fitzpatrick's is ancient. It was established in 1951. I'm actually from Kildare Town, so I know this. And I know the guys in Fitzpatrick's. And well done. Good choice. Good to see dealerships taking in more brands. It's always good for the general public because you get more choice, which is always good. Stephen Byrne, who is the Chief Executive of Mercedes-Benz Ireland, says, thanks to our rapidly expanding model range, Mercedes-Benz has ambitious growth plans that we are confident in the appointment of Fitzpatrick's Garage Group with their presence in the highly populated and affluent Kildare area to help us achieve. I'm not too sure about the affluent bit of Kildare, but there is quite a number of studs around there, horsey bits. I'm not talking about studs as in, you know, John Travolta stud. I'm talking about, you know, horses as in studs. But anyway, next. Increase in numbers using mobile phones and texting while driving. See, Bluetooth. Over 1/3 of Irish motorists talk on their mobile phone while driving. I'm telling you, if I see you in traffic talking on your mobile phone and you have kids in the back of the car, or even if you're on your own, I will point and sneer quite heavily at you. It's wrong. It's just wrong, folks. Don't do it. Put the phone down. Get bloody Bluetooth. It's so cheap to get Bluetooth. Anyway. Over 40% claim to be better driver than their partner. Guess who what? With over half of male drivers believing they are better drivers than their spouse. Now, men always think they're better than women. They always do. Women always think they're better than men. I'm sure that's going on since, you know, the dawn of time. 1 in 10 admit to damaging another car when parking. 1 in 10. With 1/3 of these motors driving off without telling anybody. Now that's just wrong. Okay, it's wrong. That's what insurance is for, folks. If you reverse into somebody while parking, you have insurance. It's there for a reason, okay? It's not there so you can drive off to protect your insurance. Somebody has to pay for that. 37, this is the most interesting statistic. 37% of male motorists admit to spending the night in their car. What for? What are you doing in your car all night? All night? Is that a new version of a doghouse? Being in the car all night? That's stupid. Don't be sleeping in your car. First of all, you'll freeze to death because cars aren't actually that warm at night, which is hence why you jump into the car in the morning and go, God almighty, it's cold in here. They're full of glass and plastic. They don't hold on to anything. And you should never sit with the engine ticking over in a car for hours. That's wrong as well, okay? Even on a cold night, that's wrong as well. You'll not only damage the engine, but there's an awful risk of fire or anything happening to the fan system side that cools the engine. The engine just continually get hot till eventually it goes on fire. Although the number of motorists using a mobile phone while driving is on a rise, 56% of those surveys indicate that 4 or more penalty points should be given to offenders. 6% of motorists felt a maximum of 12 points should be awarded. Now 12 points is stupid for mobile phone use, but if you crash while you have a mobile phone in your hand, yeah, you should be banned from driving, simple as that. But 4 penalty points, yes, I don't really have a problem with that. I think it's completely wrong to answer your phone, even if you're only on it for a minute. It will only be a minute. Yeah, right. Just get off the phone, all right, while you're driving. Just concentrate on the bloody roads, all right? That's why there's crashes all the time in this country. And there's stupid little rear end crashes. Don't make the news, okay? That little bit was done by Skoda, who did a huge big survey. And they come up with another one. The Skoda survey revealed that 42% of Irish motors believe that they are a better driver than their partner. Once again, 2012 men boast a clear majority of driving confidence, with 54% stating they have superior driving skills than their partner, compared to just 30% of women. Overall, however, over 60% of motors surveyed successfully passed a driving test on their first attempt. I did too. Well done. Congratulations if you did that. There's anything else terribly interesting in that. So, second last bit of news, Irish Car of the Year. So we have a 2013 Car of the Year, and it is, drumroll, BMW 3 Series. And if you didn't know that, you weren't following me on Twitter, because if you were following me on Twitter, you'd know all the results already. You'd even have pictures of the cars. Follow me on Twitter, @TheNextGear. It's quite simple. But the 3 Series has won it. Yay! Great stuff. There were other winners too. The Toyota GT86 won the Performance Car of the Year, which is well deserved. It bet the M5, which is quite an achievement in itself. The Volvo V40 took the Compact Car of the Year, and that was well deserved. It's a good car, that V40. The Peugeot 208 took the Small Car. That was also well deserved. It was a decent car. And the luxury car is my favourite of all time, the BMW 6 Series Grand Coupe. Wow, what a car. There was also the Van of the Year award, which was awarded to the Ford Transit while I was there. I know nothing about vans, other than they're big and they carry stuff in the back. But it's a nice looking van. I had a drive of it. It was a nice looking van, right? Again, you'd know all this if you were following me on Twitter, twitter.com/TheNextGear. Okay, or @TheNextGear, whatever one of them things come up. Last piece of news, and it sounds like a stupid piece of news, but it's true. Aircom has launched Wi-Fi hub in 110 Topaz stations across the country, and it's about time. All petrol stations, service stations, everything else should have just free Wi-Fi. Okay, no log on, no messing around, nothing else, just free Wi-Fi. It's not a difficult thing to do. It's not a big expense. Every shop in the bloody country that calls itself a coffee shop and everything, they should all have it. Just get the thing. Stop worrying about bloody passwords and all that nonsense. But anyway, Topaz stations, 110 across the company. If you're with Meteor Mobile, which I am at the moment, you get free Aircom Hub Wi-Fi. So wherever you go, you can get your free Wi-Fi as long as it's a Topaz station. So there. Apple Green also do Wi-Fi, by the way. Mostly you have to log on to it. It's only in the bigger stations. See, they should all do it. Simple as that. So there ended the news. Until next week, or until the next video comes out, fare thee well. I shall see you on the far side.